Hi, my name is Sarah Horne, and this is my video project on the Great Britain flooding from 2013 to 2016. The large flooding in Great Britain from 2013 to 2016 was the wettest winter seen since 1910. The flooding was caused by persistent heavy rainfall combined with strong winds, high tides, and storm surge conditions, severely impacting many parts of the country. This flooding was seasonal, specifically in the winter months, and this is why it was an exceptionally long duration of flooding. This image displays 190 across England and Wales. Here we see a woman carrying her baby through the water after a riverbank burst and caused heavy floodings into the streets. The heavy rainfall caused groundwater, coastal, river, and surface flooding. In November 2013, the rivers were actually experiencing a decline in low runoff water, but all that changed when the multitude of these storms arrived. Frequency of the flooding was the winter months between the years of 2013 until 2016. The 2015 flooding generally had its greatest impact in the northern and western parts of the UK, which are characterized by relatively steep slopes, high rainfall, and thin soil cover. The effects of climate change causing rising sea levels and wetter, stormier winters will increase the risk of flooding in the future. Here shows the rainfall average amounts from December 2013 to January 2014. Here we see the spending on flood defenses and coastal erosions in England from 2005 to 2016. We also see here this man attempting to ride his bike through the flooding after it had happened. 4.6 million people in England and Wales are at risk from flooding from rivers or from the sea. This flooding impacted day-to-day life completely. Access to roads and destructions of homes and businesses are all impacts of this flooding. The flooding in 2013 and 2014 affected 14% of electricity infrastructure, 10% of major roads, 20% of railways, 55% water pumping stations, and 28% of gas infrastructure. Closed businesses, people unable to go shopping or travel, damaged infrastructure, and loss of agricultural output could cost the UK economy up to £5.8 billion, which is around $7 billion in the long term, with a fifth of the cost falling on those with insufficient insurance. Emergency services were challenged because there were so many different types of flooding going on, and the ranges continued to fall. The floods of 2013-14 reignited widespread public concern over new housing and industrial developments in flood plans. Flood Control International is a UK-based specialized supplier and installer of the most comprehensive range of flood defense systems in the world. They provide flood barriers, flood gates, and flood doors. The UK government departments, councils, and the environment agencies are working together to respond to the flooding during the winter of 2015 and 2016 across the north of England and to help communities recover. Farmers are able to get grants worth up to £20,000 to help restore damaged agricultural lands under the Farming Recovery Fund. The British Red Cross also have certain regulations for community people to take into consideration when preparing for a flood and after the fact to help keep them safe. Here are the resources I used for my information and for the pictures displayed in this show.